Manifest America 3019. Sinister rebels are attempting to divide our great nation. But the Manifest News Network is here to keep us in line. And now 2 former rebels have joined our team. I repented. I conformed. I will guide you to manifest glory, and you will follow.
Hello, America! Back when I used to be America's #1 most famous domestic terrorist, loved and adored by all, aside from my crimes, of course, I made a lot of uh-ohs, and I had a lot of wrong ideas about a lot of things. But I'm here to make amends. So maybe I was wrong about some of my previous ideas on education, a hot-button topic in today's Manifest America. We've got some exciting guests who are going to be discussing these hot-button topics for you this evening on Let Freedom Screech. Accompanied as always, I would like to thank again our in-house business expert, UX813121. UX, how are you doing?
Jack, I'm great. Thank you for having me on the show again.
Of course.
I just want to say I love that about you, Jack. I love that you can see a mistake and reverse course. You know, you see through that film and just say, you know what, I was wrong. That takes a big man, and I appreciate it.
Well, you know, I appreciate that. I've always thought of myself as very humble, maybe the most humble in this country. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about some very important issues, and in regards to that, we actually have some very important guests here this evening. They need no introduction from me, because I'm sure they're educated enough to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm best-selling author Poppy Sturdivant, here to talk about my new book.
Poppy, thanks for coming. Welcome to Let Freedom Screech. It's great to have you. I gotta say, I haven't had a lot of time to read, mainly because I get, you know, the words tend to mix up a little bit. But what I have been able to understand is very compelling.
Yes, thank you. This second edition of How the American Government Works has been very successful. It's a great follow-up to How the American Government Works #1, and The Complete History of America, parts 1, 2, and 9.
I gotta catch up on those. I really don't want to get lost in the plot, but for all of those listeners out there who can't read, could you give us a brief summary on what's going on in this whole American history thing?
Oh my, it's been very exciting. Shawnice, who is one of the main heroines, she has been fighting for the love of Kaplan, who kind of represents an alternate sort of gentleman, very rough and tumble sort of guy, but she really likes him and thinks she could fix him. So they've been running through the forest when suddenly Abraham Lincoln finds them and takes them back to his log cabin and makes them pancakes.
Oh, wow.
So that's where we left, a bit of a cliffhanger.
Team Lincoln.
Aren't we all, really? Man, that is incredible, and I am so glad we were able to get you here. I know that you have all sorts of, you know, signing tours and all that, but there are a lot of issues in the country today, and we thought your expertise, Poppy, would be most appropriate. I think one of the main topics right now has been towards the manifest having a more only their hands on everything policy regarding education. Now, have you noticed a shift on the publishing side of things for that?
Well, you know, the manifest can be really strict about what they want to let their viewers really enjoy. But I think that we've kind of discovered mutually, both me and, you know, our great superiors, that what our young people are really interested in is shirtless teens. And if that's how we get our next generation to learn about where we came from, then I'm happy to provide that.
Well, isn't that a great thing about the America the Manifest is built, though? The fact that these young minds can focus on shirtless teens instead
100%.
of the problems of the world. The Manifest takes care of those. I love it.
You know, I gotta say, I'm glad that we're able to package and sell these shirtless teens to lonely teens, and that's fantastic. And call me old-fashioned, but back in my day, if we wanted to do some real education, we had to take our own shirts off. We had to grease our own selves up, and we had to go fight strangers in alleys to find true knowledge. And you know, I miss the old days, you know, old media, but I guess everyone with their smartphones now.
No, you're right, Jack. I also remember the days of just taking our shirts off and standing in a parking lot to see what happened. But, you know, kids these days, they prefer to read about things rather than experience it for themselves.
And what a life that is. Jack, you have to admit that your growing up has been it has been a challenge.
Well, you know,
and why should we challenge our young ones? Why should they face any sort of obstacles?
Well, I'll tell you this. I am a man who has come up through adversity and challenge, and I feel that I have come out stronger on the other side. In fact, that was the style of education at the time. You didn't just have your theories and your formulas. People didn't tell it to you. You had to go out and you had to fight for what was strongest, okay? We did that. We did that back in algebra when we were trying to figure out triangles. That was how, on my neighborhood, we ended up with Joe's theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals Tom Leminski's mother's waist. All right? And we lived by that for years. Why? Because Joe won that fight. It was the
you're
new,
right.
Yeah.
That spawned off a whole successful series of combat-themed math texts.
It's so weird that, you know, we were just a bunch of crazy kids with blood on our knuckles, and now it's just this whole book series. UX, I'd like to take a moment. I know that you know, you are relatively young, even though a successful millionaire. You didn't really have much of a formal education. Do you think you would have succeeded if you had literature such as what Poppy produces?
I gotta say, that's a tough question, Jack. That's a big hypothetical. I think that obviously I've done very well for myself with really a glorified militaristic education in the Nick Cage camps, and of course, you know what you taught me, Jack. I may have had the best teacher in the world, Jack, and then after that experience, and then after that Nicolas Cage movies. But
So where do you stand on shirtless teens?
I want the people to go for what they want. You know, I want a world in which they can relax and focus on those frivolities.
We're just so well taken care of.
That's the thing. Yeah. I know that your forte is more on American history and those dreamy hunks known as our forefathers. However, there is talk of introducing new parts of the curriculum, a civics course which emphasizes small town values. Now, I know that civics somehow is related to history. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention at the time in my youth. I was fighting people with car batteries.
That's okay.
Yeah, could you tell us some of these small town values that are going to be getting impressed upon the youth?
Well, I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Our latest civics text is going to be kind of a foursome of young ladies who decide that they want to start a small business of babysitting, and they are going to, without too many spoilers, take their neighborhood by storm with their big ideas. They're very precocious.
Oh, I bet. Poppy, it is such a delight. I gotta ask, how did you get into such an important field? You know, you're reaching out and you're touching our youth with shirtless teens.
Right. Well, it all happened from school myself, honestly. I went to a Manifest public school when I was young, and when I was in high school, they had a big school-wide writing contest, and I came in last, so they gave me this job.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I never really had those opportunities. I, of course, for anyone who knows and is following in my exploits, I was, of course, educated on the mean streets with my BFA, and I've made that work for me with the least amount of words possible. Well, Poppy, it is a delight. I know that your schedule is very tight. Is there anything you'd like to tell the viewers out there at home before you go?
I just want to thank all of you for buying all of my books. Please continue to support me and to support the Manifest. And of course, if you're going to be attending Americon, make sure if you're a cosplayer, you bring a sweat rag.
And of course, we would like to remind our viewers that you have no choice but to support Poppy and the Manifest, as these are now official curriculums. So failure to support Poppy is, of course, grounds for re-education. Poppy, great seeing you. We are actually going to take a bit of a break, but we're going to come back and talk with some of God's people, as I like to call them, real humble folk.
Poppy, we're off air, right? Yeah. Poppy, listen, are there any? Do you have any pictures of the shirtless teens? I'm feeling really
Oh, yeah.
flushed.
Here, let me get you this one. This is our Founding Fathers for Kindergartners. It is a 90% picture book.
Is Lincoln in this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And George Washington Carver.
Quick question. Is William McKinley in there?
No, he's in the sequel.
Okay.
You gotta keep reading.
I
know.
I can't read.
And now, an important message from Starbucks.
Hi, America. I'm John Howard, CEO of Starbucks. I understand that December is 9 months away, but, we need to clear the air on some things right now, all right? Let's talk about cups, America. The second Christmas or December or holiday shows up, you all get pissed at us, all right? First, you got mad when we sold them too early, and then afterwards you got mad when we stopped selling them too soon. So you know what? Screw it. New point of order. Year-round holiday cups. Except, I guess holiday cups is a bad word, huh? Because you caffeine-soaked disasters threw riots when we didn't call them Christmas cups. Oh, you damn soccer moms named Karen complained to the managers that the artwork on the cups wasn't religious enough, huh? So we went back and we made them religious, didn't we, huh? We put a little baby Jesus on there. Look at him, he's sitting in the manger having a good time. All right, he's being holy, but then everyone keeps coming back yelling at us. They're all, not gonna be any manger, baby. No one even knows that that's supposed to be Jesus Christ on that. What happened to my country? So fine. Starbucks has gone above and beyond, and we did it for you. It took blood, sweat, and tears, but we at Starbucks now offer you the holy grail of Christmas cups. The actual and literal holy grail. That's right, America. Finally, you pious bastards can sip your venti salted caramel macchiato with 4 shots of espresso and a boop-a-da-boop out of the very cup that Jesus ran his lips across during the Last Supper. There's literally nothing else we can do, people. Are you happy now, America? Can I get some peace and quiet now for once in my miserable existence? Good. Good. This has been John Howard, the CEO of Starbucks, wishing you a Merry Christmas. Now shut up and drink your fucking coffee. Ugh.
America, we like to talk to the highest of the high, but I am a man of the people. I'm salt of the earth, they call me. And I would just like to say that we like to get the approach from the ground of how the world is really working, about how the manifest is really operating. So I would love nothing more than to introduce you all to my next guest, Millicent, just a humble teacher. Hello, Millicent. How are you doing?
Hi, Jack. I'm so glad to be here. I've been a fan of your show for years. We actually listen to it in the break room. Once in a while, there's cold water that we can drink in there.
Oh.
It's really quite a treat. But we all gather around the bowl, and we like to just talk about you. And actually, there's a few young women there that have a few crushes on you.
OM gosh, that is That is a delight. Oh, they must be treating you real good in there. They got that cold water.
Oh, they treat us so well.
Oh.
Teacher Appreciation Minute was last week, and I actually had one child smile at me.
Oh,
and
wow.
that was the biggest treat. As you know, our pensions are made from smiles.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you deserve every single one of them. You really do. You're reaching out and you're inspiring the next generation. I think this is exactly what you deserve, Millicent.
Thank you so much. I hope some of my little ones grow out to be just great like you.
Yeah, you do have your little ones. What are you? How big are your classrooms? What are you teaching out
Well,
there?
I have 93 in my first period class.
Oh, okay.
And, I actually consider that to be such a joy because I really feel like I get to know them in that small group setting.
Oh, yeah. You've been truly blessed. A lot of times, I remember growing up, the more public areas were generally 50 to 80 square mile areas of students. So that's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I grew up with maybe 300,000 clones or so in my class.
Yeah.
Well, that's only just for, the first beginning of the day. After that, we put them in pens, and we're able to really just get an idea about what the whole entire populace is like. It's really quite amazing.
That's fantastic. To see those young burgeoning minds just rattling those cages, just screaming for freedom to go out and learn. It's inspiring to see.
And what a way to drill that into them. That freedom, right, Jack? What America stands for.
Yeah.
Put them in that cage and show them what the lack of freedom is.
Yeah.
And they'll know.
And they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight tooth and nail. Which actually brings me to one of my points here, Millicent. Now, we all know about how teachers, you gotta be armed. You gotta be able to protect yourself.
Oh, yeah,
out
I'm
there.
packing heat right now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Actually, I got a really nice bouquet of grenades the other day.
Oh.
Oh,
I was
Millicent,
Teacher of the Month.
you got our package then.
Oh, that came from you?
Oh, it did. You see, I've started a new line of gun manufacturing, and we want your business.
Actually, you have got it signed, sealed, delivered.
Fantastic.
I'm yours.
Fantastic. Listen, in the interest of fairness and transparency, which I believe, I also arm the children. However, 93 to 1 odds, I've definitely given them a few duds. So don't worry. I've tried to even it out for you.
Okay, we have to level that playing field. Those minds are growing, Sometimes
yeah.
they don't always know the best thing to do, but they make some good choices once in a while.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Those grenades, that's the real equalizer right there. They've got what? How many rifles trained on just one target that's going to be moving? I mean, this is your job. You're a professional.
I know.
So,
Well,
yeah.
a few of them got out of line the other day, so. Oh, it was real sweet.
Oh, we have fun. We have
I
fun.
had to write a few letters home that day explaining why some people weren't going to go home, but that's part of the job. It comes with highs and comes with lows. I think that was a high day, actually.
Survival of the fittest, of course.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to teach,
Well,
this noble cause?
Actually, I saw that you had Poppy here earlier. Is that that's true, right?
Yes.
I've been a fan of hers for years. The way that she described George Washington just on that boat, shirtless in the middle of the summer, really going across the Rio Grande, it was amazing. I was just like, oh God, I one day want to be able to teach this to children of our free nation, right?
Oh, and I'm sure the kids love every quivering moment of that.
Oh, you have got to believe it. They are just fascinated. Sometimes we have to turn the lights out when we're reading those books.
Oh,
Their
wow.
imaginations get the best of them. Age 4, they're going through some exploratory time.
Oh yeah.
They haven't left all of their phases, but
What have they learned?
well, they've learned a little bit about, just how the human body works and how they feel about certain topics and also certain hairy chest presidents.
McKinley. Which, it's all the subjects, history, one of my personal favorites, but sometimes those subjects are not always so easy to figure out. Now, they've recently rolled out science denial courses. How is that working with the children nowadays?
They are like sponges. They're like, you know what? We love the fact that plastic makes up the mountains that every house is around. And, it makes them feel really good to be surrounded by, the fossil fuels we no longer have around.
Oh, yeah. Kids, they're so special. They're so particular. You can say anything to them, really. I gave one of them a Vienna sausage once, and I said that I was God, and he was like, "Yes, sir." And that was a great day for me. And I felt like a teacher. I know it's bold to say. But I taught him something, and he believed it for a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? We often do a whole bunch of different experiments in class, and I tell them that the side effects are really not that bad. And you know what? They agree. As a little bit of skin burning, it's just a small price to pay for actually experimenting all the things that the Manifest wants us to experiment with.
For sure. They're springy. They'll bounce back.
Oh, yeah. UX knows from burns.
Oh, indeed. And I know about bouncing back, too.
We are currently piloting a program from Coca-Cola, the founders of our school. And we're having all the kids put Coca-Cola in their mouths for 2 hours a day to see if their teeth will stay the same color. And I don't want to ruin anything for you, but do you have a prediction about what would happen to their teeth?
That's the thing, because I feel like, science denial-wise, I should have no expectations.
Okay, well, they actually truly got to keep all their teeth. All their teeth are still in their mouths. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing.
There are some people out there that would maybe say that maybe they might lose their teeth, but what kind of nonsense is that? Why would Coca-Cola do that to us?
See, that's the thing. These people are out there, they're just going with the flow. They're going with what they think, what other people have told them to do. They need to go out on their own.
They need to read a book.
Yeah.
Like what Poppy writes.
Read some hot and heavy, steamy science. All right, and then they need to go out and try it themselves. Okay, I used to do a similar thing with Cheerwine, the legend, and I would just eat the whole thing, glass and all. And you know what it did? It made my teeth stronger. It made the upper roof of my mouth so strong. I still have Captain Crunch that has been stuck in there for 8 years. It's
what
not
a
coming
mouth
down.
it is too.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna tell the ladies back at the the bowl about that.
Fit my whole fist in there. All right. Well, Millicent, the talk of the, you're going to be the talk of the bowl soon. I don't mean to,
Chad.
I don't mean to embarrass you.
You are just too much.
I think you're going to start getting a few crushes from other bowls out there, cold water or not.
Well, if you keep sending those grenades, I might be able to crush some other things, huh?
Thank you, Millicent. Hey, Millicent, listen, I actually, something we discussed, can you show me how the human body works?
Yes, I'm going to show you. I can show you afterwards. I have some models.
Actually, speaking of that, we should probably go ahead and throw to a commercial. That sounds more like an off-the-air discussion.
All right.
We'll be right back with Let Freedom Screech.
And now, an important message from Starbucks.
Acting CEO of Starbucks, Orpheus Magnifold III here. Our previous CEO, John Howard, was driven mad by your feeble protestations over a simple holiday cup. Apparently, the standard Starbucks lids do not fit snugly enough over the top of the cup of the King of Kings. Congratulations, America. You have broken a man's soul. But do not rejoice, for Starbucks remains, and Starbucks remembers. Starting today, every Starbucks manager will be replaced by one of these. Do you have a complaint? Put your lips to the manager's ear, as it were, and speak your piece. Have you forgotten what happens when Starbucks is displeased? ask your grandparents about the pumpkin spice gulags. Oh, wait. You can't. You already drank them. Starbucks, don't make us run for president.
And we're back. I'm known for many things, America, but one thing that other people do have a leg up on happens to be business acumen. So UX813121, our resident business expert, has actually asked to spearhead our next segment. So UX, take us away.
Hi there, America. Listen, I've got a couple of guests today I want you to listen to. These are entrepreneurs, and one thing you want in life a leg up. Whatever it takes to get it, you take that opportunity. If that's pushing someone into the Shark Tank, go for it. Now, my guest today, I have a member of the Mary Kay Association here. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Courtney Guiva. I'm in the 4th grade at Mary Kay Elementary School, and I brought my friend, she's in the 2nd grade.
Hi, my name is Ashley Jones, and I'm one of her recruits.
Yeah.
You look like, excuse me, sir, you look like you could use a makeover.
You're doing so good, Ashley.
Thank you.
Oh boy, this looks fun. Okay, please.
Have you ever thought about wearing a foundation that suits your skin tone?
Start with the lipstick.
Oh, I have the perfect shade of lipstick for you. It's called I Love You Red.
Wow. Okay, let's
Or
put it.
maybe you can wear As Red as My Blood Runs Red too. Do you like that?
Well, I've got 2 different color of lip, so why don't we apply one to both?
Okay, let me get my starter kit out.
There seems
It
to be-
only cost me $200. Doesn't everybody have that much money around the house?
I know I certainly do.
Yeah, that seems very typical for a man of your stature.
I particularly like the emphasis on red in this palette. That red, really brings out the razzle dazzle, really brings out the pop.
You look like you're in the summer of your life.
Oh wow. That's a good thing though, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Your eyelashes are very pretty.
But I've always kind of thought like this sort of miscolored purple part of my face, like.
Everyone shows beauty in a different way.
Of course, it's part of your uniqueness. And
Wow.
if you can't love yourself, how in the heck are you gonna love anybody else?
Wow, that's some real truth, America.
And that's some business acumen right there. First, America, love yourself.
Yeah. Courtney, Ashley, this is an inspiration. Do you know that you hold the future in your hands? Like a malignant, malevolent god. You have the future in your hands right now.
I'm in your hands. I got your hand right here.
Oh, I got your hand.
Oh,
And together, we are just looking for 4 more people so that I can advance to the 5th grade and Ashley can go to the 3rd.
oh, wow. Okay, so we only need 5 more people?
I only need to recruit just a few more, and
Yeah.
then I'll be at my next level.
Well, now these people that you recruit, what are they going to be doing?
Well, you would start at kindergarten
Okay.
at Mary Kay Elementary.
All right.
Kindergarten mainly deals with eyeliner and nail polishes, which is pretty basic stuff. But by the time that you are at Ashley's level, you could be working with lipsticks, blushes, eyeshadows, and I'm looking forward to next year for me. If I get enough people, then I can start working with perfumes.
Oh, wow. What would be, when you graduate, what are you working with there, Courtney?
Oh my goodness. By the time you graduate, you've got your own powder pink suit and you look like a classy lady with hair that's slicked to your head with a little bit of a swoop and maybe glasses that are pointy sides and you could call people hun and they won't think you're weird.
Oh, wow.
The perfect image of a woman. What every woman should aspire to be.
Yes.
Perfect image for anyone, really. That's incredible.
Indeed. Well,
This could be you. Just a
It could
few years.
be. So please, if you want, please donate to these young ladies. Join their association and help them advance in grade.
If you have any children who you think really just have that lipstick and that nail acumen, you go ahead and you just sell them to these delightful youths.
Yeah, we're also accepting adults.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we got some PAs we could throw your way.
We usually hang
You're
out
nothing.
at
You're
the
nothing. You're
we usually
nothing.
hang out at the playground to recruit our friends.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll stand at the end of the slide with a blush brush, and when they come down, I swoop them.
That's how you got me.
And then I say they look pretty and ask them for $30.
Well, it'd
She's
get
good at her
me.
job.
You too, though.
No, I
Well-
learned from the best.
It would get me every time. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming in today. We've learned a lot. These are the building blocks of our nation, so let's support them.
Cute. That red looks great on you.
Love it.
How do I get home from here?
And with that, we're going to have to wrap up another dynamic and informational and edutational show of Let Freedom Screech. We'll be back with some more American truth next time.
Unfollow the Revolution was created and performed by David Gossett, Benjamin Mitchell, and David Nair. Produced by Rock Punch. Edited by Molly Rowland. Intro music by Alan Hanks. Voiceover by Jenny Wentling. We would like to thank our special guest this episode.
Victoria Frangoulis.
Mel Hardy.
If you want to keep raging against the manifest, support the American Civil Liberties Union at aclu.org, because the best way to destroy tyranny in the future is to fight it in the present.